A limit at an input can be read straight off the curve whenever the curve has no break there. The natural exponential is defined at every real input, and it rises without a break. At the input 1, the curve approaches the height e. The exponential also takes the height e at that same input. The height approached and the height taken are one and the same number. A function whose limit at a point equals its value there is continuous at that point. Substitution therefore evaluates the limit, and nothing further is needed. Continuity is claimed on a domain, and a domain can have an edge. The natural logarithm requires a positive input, so its curve begins at an edge. To the left of that edge, there is no curve to read and no height to substitute. The tangent fails differently. It is undefined wherever the cosine is 0. At a quarter turn, the tangent has no value at all. A limit at such an input needs a separate argument rather than a substitution. An elementary function is continuous at every point of its own domain, and the domain is part of the claim. One notation carries the rest of this lesson, and it is worth naming before it is used. The expression is read f after g, and the letter written first is the one applied last. The small circle is not a product of two functions. The output of the inner function becomes the input of the outer one. Let the outer function be the natural exponential, and the inner function be the cosine. At the input 0, the cosine is 1, so the composition is e raised to the first power, which is e. At a quarter turn, the cosine is 0, so the composition is e raised to the 0th power, which is 1. At a half turn, the cosine is -1, so the composition is the reciprocal of e. A theorem lets a limit pass through the outer function of a composition, and it is a conditional with two hypotheses. Suppose the inner function approaches some value as the input approaches a chosen point. Suppose also that the outer function is continuous at that value. Under those two conditions, the composition approaches the outer function evaluated at that value. Written the other way, the same statement puts the limit inside the outer function. Continuity of the outer function is the hypothesis that licenses the move. With the chosen point at 0, the value the cosine approaches is 1, and the exponential sends 1 to e. The theorem can be run on a composition of the natural exponential with the cosine. The composed curve rises to a single peak above the input 0. The inner function approaches 1 as the input approaches 0. The exponential is continuous at 1, which is the value the inner function approaches. The limit therefore moves inside the exponential. The exponential of 1 is e, so the composition approaches e. The composed curve also takes the height e at that input, so the limit and the substitution agree. The hypothesis about the outer function is not decoration, and dropping it breaks the conclusion. Take an outer function that is a straight line except at one input where its value is moved upward. At the input 2, the line would give 5, but the function is defined to take the value 7 there. Take an inner function that approaches 2 as its own input approaches 1. Away from that input, the composition is the line shifted, so it approaches 5. Moving the limit inside instead evaluates the outer function at 2, which gives 7. The two answers differ, and the reason is that the outer function is not continuous at the value the inner one approaches. A composition can also fail because the inner function has no limit at the point. Take the outer function to be the natural exponential once more, and the inner function to be the reciprocal of the input. The reciprocal of the input has no value at 0, and it settles on nothing as 0 is approached. The composed curve, therefore, has two very different sides. On the right, the value climbs from e to the 1/2, up to e, and then to e squared. Every height above 1 is reached at the input given by the reciprocal of its logarithm, so the right side grows without bound. On the negative side, the same three inputs give the reciprocals of those numbers, which fall towards 0. The two sides disagree at every stage, so the composition has no limit at 0. The theorem is not an accident of one particular pair, and a second composition runs the same way. The inner function is the sine, which rises to 1 at a quarter turn. The outer function is the natural logarithm, so the composition is the logarithm of the sine. The inner function approaches 1 as the input approaches a quarter turn. The logarithm is continuous at 1, so the limit moves inside it. The logarithm of 1 is 0, so the composition approaches 0 there. Toward 0 and toward a half turn, the inner value drops to the edge of the domain of the logarithm, and the composed curve plunges. 3 pictures carry the whole lesson. A curve with no break at an input allows the limit there to be read off the value. A continuous outer function lets a limit pass inside a composition. A break in the outer function blocks that move, and the two answers come apart. Substitution evaluates a limit exactly where the function is continuous, and nowhere else. The limit enters an outer function only when that function is continuous at the value the inner one approaches.